Good morning, I'm Jason from New Look Clean, and I thought today I'd just show you the full process that we go through to clean carpets. So a lot of people expect that you turn up with a machine and you just sort of spray and suck the carpet in one motion, or you have a machine that you run along the carpet, again just in a single motion. The trouble with that is the machine, the process is trying to do everything all in one go. So it's trying to instantly break down the dirt into something that can suck out of the carpet, and it just doesn't work. You need time, agitation to really do a deep down clean on a carpet. So we always use a multi-stage system. The other problem as well is if you're using a single stage system, which a lot of people that you hire will be doing that, it will, because there's no secondary rinse, there's no other process going on, what it will do is leave a detergent residue in your carpet. This then will attract soiling as you go along, and your carpets will get dirty more quickly afterwards. A lot of people expect the carpet to get dirty more quickly after it's been cleaned, but in actual fact, if it's cleaned in the correct way, your carpet will last a lot longer. If it's cleaned in the wrong way, which is similar to how the rug doctors and wax machines will clean the carpet, because of that residue they're leaving behind, your carpet will attract dirt. So it'd be great if we could just use a single stage clean, but in reality it won't give you the full deep down clean that you need. So a multi-stage clean, very much like what your washing machine will do when you clean your car, your pots and pans. You always have a multi-stage, even though you don't realise you're doing it. So for example, with the washing machine, that will use a detergent. It will bob around obviously with the clothes, and it will pull out the dirt from the clothing, and then at the end the final process is a full rinse, which is a big cycle of your washing machine. So what that does then is it gets rid of your dirt and it leaves you with clothing which is nice and neutral and fresh. And we need to do the same with carpets and upholstery. We need to remove the dry soiling first, so that'll be vacuuming. Then we need to apply a cleaning agent to the fibres. We need to agitate that, so what that will do is then start loosening the dirt from the fibres. And then we need to rinse the carpet, so that what that will do is remove any cleaning agents that we've used, and obviously the dirt. Leave the carpet nice and neutral and fresh, which is what we need, and it won't attract resoiling like it will do with a single stage clean. So the reason I've chosen this carpet is it's going to be a good one to show you. If I just turn the camera around. So basically this is a domestic, it's actually an apartment, this one. So it's a domestic clean, residential clean. And even though this carpet is dark, it is really, really dirty, to the point where in front of where the sofa has been, we've got this, you can hear that, so that's solid there. So now we call this black top, and we only normally really find it in like pubs and clubs and things. So all of this dirt and grease has combined together and it's formed a hard top on the carpet, hence why we call it black top. So it'll be a good test for the system, show you exactly what we can do, and I'll go through the processes, and then you can see the final result. Okay, so stage one is the vacuuming. We always vacuum, it's an important part of the process. That dry soiling that's in the carpet, we want to remove it while it's dry. And obviously when we're moving furniture and such like, and you get quite a lot of dust and debris behind the sofa, obviously we want to get rid of all that stuff that accumulates there. We can vacuum the skirting boards and stuff like that while we're there. If you've ever seen obviously like dry soiling, dry dirt, and then you put water on it, obviously it goes into mud. So what we want to do is, before we get this carpet damp, is get as much of that dry soiling out as we can, and then that will give us, it'll make it easier to clean, and it will also give us a better result at the end. We're not trying to remove all of that wet wood that we've just created in the fibres. So it's a really important part of the process. Part of the process that a lot of companies will not do, and that's simply a time factor. Obviously, if you're not pre-vacuuming, you're saving time on the job. The Hoover that we use is a commercial grade vacuum cleaner, so the difference is it has two motors in this vacuum cleaner. It has a motor to do the extraction, the sucking from the carpet, but it also has a secondary motor in the head itself, in the power head. What that does is it powers the brush independently, so the power of the brush is continuous. It doesn't slow down with different types of carpet, or you know, if you've got a higher pile carpet, that motor really pushes the brush so we can agitate the carpet as we go and remove all that dry soiling. So that's all the vacuuming done. Just going to give you a broader view of the whole of the carpet. So it's difficult to tell because obviously it's a dark carpet anyway, but hopefully you'll be able to see the really dark areas of the carpet. Obviously all that grease in front of where the sofa sits. You can see there's some bits still on this after the hoovering. They're literally stuck to the carpet, they're embedded in that grease. So obviously they'll come away when we start cleaning it properly. Hallway, coming out of the kitchen, that's always a hot spot as you come off the hard floor out of the kitchen. So you can probably see there, I would imagine, just how grubby and dirty the carpet is. So this is a rental apartment. Obviously the tenants have moved out, and this is to get it all ready for the new tenants. Everybody lives in different ways. Some people really are quite careful with their carpets. Other people not so much. But obviously what we want to do is get this lovely and clean and fresh and sanitary basically for the new tenants to move into. So I'm going to apply the pre-treatment now to the carpet. But before I do that as a whole, I'm just going to do a little test to show you. So obviously I've got a plain white cloth there. Just going to put some pre-treatment down on that stretch carpet, and I'm just going to have a quick look at what sort of soiling, what sort of dirt we've got in this carpet. So just give that a little bit of a rub. So you can see just how bad, just how much dirt a carpet can hold on to. I mean, that's just surface dirt that's come off with a little bit of pre-spray and a quick rub. So you can imagine how much dirt there is throughout the pile of this carpet. So you really don't want to be walking around on that. If you've got kids and stuff, you don't want your kids playing on it. So it's just a demonstration of how important it is to just try and maintain your carpets. I'm not saying to everybody that you should be having them cleaned every 6 months or something like that, because every household is different. But yeah, every so often they do need a proper clean. So the room's all pre-sprayed now, so I'm going to agitate the fabric. This will start loosening the dirt from the fibres into something that we can rinse away. Now I've got lots of different types of machine to agitate the carpet with. CRB machines, which are contra-rotating brush machines, and rotary machines. From experience, I've been doing this for just over 20 years now. I know that this carpet, this type of soiling is going to react well with the cleaning solution that I've put down by agitating it with a rotary machine. So this machine is designed so it will spin slowly, so it's safe for carpet. It's also got a carpet specific pad on the bottom, so rather than using a brush, you'd expect a brush to actually be better, but these pads are designed so that they really agitate the carpet well, but gently, to not cause any damage to the carpet. And it really is amazing how much better than a brush they can be on this type of surface. So I'll get cracking with the agitation. This room now is pre-sprayed and it's been agitated, so you can see how the fibres have already sort of stopped matting together and the piles lifted with the agitation. Just want to show you that bit in front of where the sofa was, where we had the hard top. So you can see the dirt's still there, obviously, because I haven't rinsed it, it hasn't gone anywhere yet. But I've loosened it off the fibres and we no longer have a hard top to it. The dirt's come away, that really hard compacted grease has been broken down, which is exactly what we want. We want to break it down into something that we can rinse away. There's absolutely no way a single stage clean would get through that type of soiling, and it'd still be there left at the end of the cleaning process, mixed in with a load of shampoo that would have also sprayed into your carpet. So when I sort of bang on about multi-stage cleaning, that's exactly why, because you've got to follow the process if you want a really good deep clean. There are, unfortunately, by the looks of it, some cigarette burns on this carpet, which obviously we can't do anything about unless we do a repair on that, but we're just going to be cleaning today. So we'll set the machine up and start to extract it. So now we're on to the extraction part of the process, or the rinsing part of the process. So obviously we're using hoses so we protect your door frames, etc. Obviously we want to do the job but get out leaving everything completely intact. Now today I'm two floors up in this property. So even just the setup has probably taken me an hour to get all the kit up, 3/4 of an hour, something like that. Some cleaners that you speak to, if you live in an apartment, will say that they can't do it. They can't get the equipment up, or the machine's on the van and it won't come off the van, all this type of thing. Now I have a machine that's mounted on the van. That's great for scenarios where you can get onto the driveway and it has extra power. It feeds off a water tank. It's quicker for me, it's quicker for the customer, because it's all self-contained on the van. Unfortunately, when you're in an apartment, it doesn't make sense to have hoses running through the car park, up 2 flights of stairs and into the apartment. So obviously what we do then is just use a portable. It's not difficult, it's not rocket science, everybody can do it. The fact of the matter is a lot of people don't want to be doing it. They don't want to be spending that time bringing all of the gear up the stairs. Obviously the kit's heavy, the extraction machine's heavy, but to me that sort of says, well, if you live in an apartment you're not going to get your carpets cleaned, which is nonsense. People have stuff done in apartments all the time, and carpet cleaning should be no different. So we do apartments all the time. Obviously we generally come and have a look, so we know exactly what kit we need to bring up. But yeah, we just use a portable machine, slightly less power than a van mounted machine, but we counteract that with shorter hoses, and the hoses that we use are 1.5-inch hoses rather than 2-inch because of the reduced airflow. But if you're following the process that we're doing today, a portable machine will give you an outstanding clean anyway. So there's absolutely no reason why people in apartments shouldn't be able to get their carpets clean. Before I turn on the machine and it gets really noisy, just explain what's happening. So this smaller blue hose is where the solution will be pumped from the extraction machine. So that will be obviously clean water, but also a rinse agent for carpets. So that will help me thoroughly rinse the dirt and cleaning solution from the carpet and leave it in a neutral state. The bigger blue hose, obviously that's where the machine picks up the dirty water, everything that's coming out of the carpet. On the end of this tool is what we call a wand, and this one's fitted with a Teflon glide at the bottom. The reason for this is obviously, as it says on the tin, it helps the wand glide over the carpet, and also the way that the holes are there, it improves the airflow, so we can get across the carpet easier, but also extract more dirt from the carpet as we go. So that's the extraction part of the process complete. So as you can see now, carpet has lost all that horrible shimmer of grease, that sort of like shine that it had, which was all matted grease and dirt. It's all been rinsed out now, and if you look at this area that was flat top before, carpet now has come back once again to fibres. Really difficult this area was. There's obviously an issue that happened, because as I was rinsing it I could see it was pulling through from the backing of the carpet. So obviously something has gone down there, stopped in the carpet, and then obviously it's just more and more dirt stuck to it until we got to the situation that we saw. But what I'm going to do now is, with the rotary machine, I'm going to use a carpet bonnet as a process after the extraction cleaning. What that will do is it will remove some of the moisture that I've left behind, and obviously any more of the topsoiling, it will remove that as well. So it's carpets like this, it's good recommended practice to run a bonnet over it afterwards. So this room is all done. Carpet is now looking $1 million again. Pile lifted, and the main factor of the matter is, for me as a carpet cleaner, and obviously for the people moving in, is that we know that it is now definitely clean. It's had a thorough clean. It's now hygienic. Family can move in without any issues or worries of what might be in the carpet. The final stage is going to be to set up the dryers, and they'll be running while I complete the rest of the apartment, so we can, as we go, we can get areas pretty much dry before I leave. So as you can see, so the carpet there that I've done, you see the piles lifted, and you see how horrible and matte the other carpet is still that I haven't done. Really greasy and matted down. So we'll get the dryers on. Get some air flowing around. Get it dried off. Right, I'd just like to show you what's come out of this carpet. This is just a small area that I've done. Just want to show you the water because I know you'd probably like to see what has actually come out and the colour of the water. Now I'm putting it down the toilet. Don't worry, I don't put it down toilets. I've got a storage tank on the van for the dirty water and I take it away with me. But this property is empty and it's perfectly fine to go down the toilet because obviously it's going into the sewer system. Yeah, this is just for demonstration purposes, so we'll have a look. Yeah, so that has a consistency of treacle, colour of treacle I should say. There's no transparency to the water at all, it's just solid dirt. Got a bit of foam coming out as well, which will be from previous cleaning products that have been used because my products are anti-foaming, which is normal to see that. Makes me wonder whatever happened to treacle. Is treacle a thing anymore? I haven't seen treacle for years and probably showing my age there a little bit. I need to look into treacle. But anyway, there we go. Better out than in. So I hope that's given you a better idea of the different processes involved with properly cleaning a carpet. I'm not a franchise, so I'm not tied to any system. I can use any system that I want to. I've tried and tested everything over the last 20 years as a carpet cleaner, and obviously moved into other flooring, do hard floors, floor sanding, all that type of thing. So when you understand about lots of different floors, it really helps with every job that you do basically. Seeing obviously the effort involved to get that carpet cleaned probably gives you a better idea of the different types of service that you can get when you hire a carpet cleaner. So obviously it's just a service, not a product that you buy in. So that service is going to vary massively between different companies. So my advice, wherever you are and whoever you're phoning to get quotes from, just as well as price, sort of ask them about process to get a better understanding of what they're going to be doing and what sort of result you're going to get at the end of it. And then normally by just asking a few questions you'll get a better idea of who to hire and who not to hire. Single stage cleaning just isn't effective. It's probably worse than doing anything or leaving it alone, to be fair, because what you're doing is adding to your problem, putting a load of shampoo in the carpet without rinsing it, which is going to cause this attraction at the end of it. So I hope that's been useful. If you are in the Midlands area and I can help you, obviously get in touch. Promise always to do my very best on every job that I'm doing. Sometimes it can take a little bit longer because of that, like today. There's been a lot of effort going in to clean just one single room so far. But unfortunately some floors just need the extra effort and it's well worth it. My prices are extremely competitive, very often in line with people that are just doing a spray and suck single stage type carpet clean. So yeah, get in touch if we can help and choose wisely. Okay, so we're all done. Just going to start packing away, leave the dryers going. So carpet now looks like a carpet again. No more blacktop, no more matted areas, oil lifted and ready for somebody to move in. Quite satisfying, this one, to know that all of that has come out of the carpet and it's going to be a lot better for somebody. So yeah, all lovely and sprucey.